lament their dismal end, dissolve in their dishonoured ashes. All restraint forgotten, a mad rabble fought and took possession of the burning pyres, and even the dead were ravished of their rest. And who should mourn them wanting? All the souls of sons and husbands, and of old and young, must wander unlamented, and the land sufficed not for the crowded sepulchres, and the dense forest was denuded of all trees. Heart-broken at the sight of this great woe, I wailed, "O Jupiter! If truth were told of your sweet comfort in Aegena's arms, if you were not ashamed of me, your son, restore my people or entomb my corpse, that I may suffer as the ones I love." Great lightning flashed around me, and the sound of thunder proved that my complaint was heard. Accepting it, I cried, "Let these, great Jove, the happy signs of your assent, be shown good omens given as a sacred pledge." Near by, a sacred oak tree grown from seed brought thither from Dodona, spread abroad its branches thinly covered with green leaves, and creeping as an army on the tree we saw a train of ants that carried grain, half hidden in the deep and wrinkled bark. And while I wondered at the endless line, I said, "Good Father, give me citizens of equal number for my empty walls." Soon as I said those words, though not a wind was moving nor a breeze, the lofty tree began to tremble, and I heard a sound of motion in its branches. Wonder not that sudden fear possessed me, and my hair began to rise, and I could hardly stand for so my weak knees tottered. As I made obeisance to the soil and sacred tree, perhaps I cherished in my heart a thought, that not acknowledged, cheered me with some hope. At night I lay exhausted by such thoughts, a deep sleep seized my body, but the tree seemed always present, to my gaze distinct with all its branches. I could even see the birds among its leaves, and from its boughs that trembled in the still air, moving ants were scattered to the ground in troops below, and ever as they touched the soil they grew larger and larger. As they raised themselves, they stood with upright bodies, and put off their lean shapes, and absorbed their many feet, and even as their dark brown colour changed, their rounded forms took on a human shape. When my strange dream departed, I awoke, the vision vanished, I complained to heaven against the idle comfort of such dreams, but as I voiced my own lament, I heard a mighty murmur echoing through the halls of my deserted palace, and a multitude of voices in confusion, where the sound of scarce an echo had disturbed the still deserted chambers for so many days. All this I thought the fancy of my dream, until my brave son Telamon in haste threw open the closed doorway as he called, "Come quickly, father, and behold a sight beyond the utmost of your fondest dreams." I did go out, and there I saw such men, each in his turn, as I had seen transformed in that weird vision of the moving ants. They all advanced, and hailed me as their king. So soon as I had offered vows to Jove, I subdivided the deserted farms and dwellings in the cities to these men miraculously raised, which now are called my myrmidons, the living evidence of my strange vision. You have seen these men, and since that day their name has been declared Decisive Evidence. They have retained the well-known customs of the days before their transformation. Patiently they toil, they store the profits of their labour, which they guard with valiant skill. They'll follow you to any war, well matched in years and courage, and I do promise, when this east wind turns, this wind that favoured you and brought you here, and when a south wind favours our design, then my brave myrmidons will go with you. End of Book 7, Part 2.